On June 8th, the Wall Street Journal reported that China had reached an agreement with Cuba to build an electronic collections facility on Cuban ground. The agreement was reached after China had agreed to pay several billions of dollars to an economically struggling Cuba. The facility will only be 100 miles from the Florida coast, and according to the Wall Street Journal, will enable China to monitor U.S. ship traffic and a range of communications including emails, phone calls, and satellite transmissions. This move comes in spite of the Biden administration attempting to develop relations with Cuba, even reversing some Trump-era policies. When pressed on the issue, John Kirby, the U.S. National Security Council spokesman, denied the report, saying, "This report is not accurate, and we remain confident that we are able to meet all our security commitments at home and in the region." The Chinese Communist Party will be aiming to gather U.S. military secrets as Florida is home to 21 military bases, along with the existing naval station at Guantanamo Bay in Cuba. The only other foreign military base that China has declared is in Djibouti, but we will cover their network of influence in a later video. Despite the June 8th article, the New York Times reported that, according to a Biden administration official, the Chinese spy base had been up and running since or before 2019. The U.S. official familiar with the matter insisted that China and Cuba had struck an accord to enhance existing spy capabilities on the already existing Chinese base. The official stated the following: "When this administration took office in January 2021, we were briefed on a number of sensitive PRC efforts around the world to expand its overseas logistics, basing, and collection infrastructure globally to allow the military to project and sustain military power at greater distance." The official added, this effort included the presence of PRC intelligence collection facilities in Cuba, and, in fact, the PRC conducted an upgrade of its intelligence collection facilities in Cuba in 2019. This is well documented in the intelligence record. According to Politico, President Biden has directed his administration to address the issue, and while the official would not go into detail, they expressed optimism in slowing the PRC down, and that while they keep trying to enhance its presence in Cuba, the U.S. will keep working to disrupt it. It goes without saying that a successfully built and functioning spy base would pose a significant threat to the U.S., as China is our greatest economic and military rival. The U.S. has intervened in the past when threatened by foreign powers spreading their influence, such as the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis, where the Soviets deployed nuclear-capable missiles to Cuba, provoking the U.S. to isolate the island through the use of the Navy. Despite attempts from the Biden administration to quell tensions between our nations, the spy balloon spotted on January 28th, Speaker Pelosi's visit to Taiwan over objections from Beijing, a near collision between our warships, along with several other points of contention, have strained relations significantly. With Secretary of State Antony Blinken's trip scheduled for Beijing on June 18th, the breaking news is sure to cause friction in our diplomatic efforts. After all, this is just another step China has taken in the Western Hemisphere to increase its presence and influence in the region. We have seen China expand rapidly in Latin America, from funding infrastructure projects with billions of dollars, spreading their Belt and Road Initiative, to spreading control of major ports on the Panama Canal through private Chinese firms. In later videos, we will report on just how far and vast China's influence on the world has become. That concludes today's briefing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed or learned something from today's video, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, stay vigilant and stay safe.